Welcome to Catalyst Conversations, the podcast where we spark powerful change in women's wealth. I'm Hadriana Leo, a wealth coach, counselor, and strategist. And each week we dive into the conversations, strategies, and stories that help women confidently create the life they've always dreamed of. So grab your favorite bevy, settle in, and let's get started on transforming your relationship with money. This is Catalyst Conversations, igniting change in women's wealth. Let's spark the conversation. Hey everyone, welcome to this episode of Catalyst Conversations. And as usual, I am tickled pink because I have another fabulous guest. I'm going to let her tell you a little bit about her, but just for now, please help me welcome Soledad Silencieux. Hey, Soledad.
Hey, hi, how are you?
I am very well. I'm so happy to have you. And for those of you who have been watching all of our episodes, thank you very much. You might be familiar with the Silencieux last name. Anything you want, any disclaimers or things you want to tell anyone here, Soledad?
I do have a twin sister. Her
Wow.
name is Annick,
Yes.
Annick Silencieux, and she's been here before. You've had a
Yes,
conversation with her already.
that's right. She beat you to this conversation table, Soledad. But don't worry, we're still thrilled to have you. In fact, the two of you together remind me of the Wonder Twins. It's a cartoon I used to watch
Oh,
long time ago when I was still a little teeny weeny thing. And the Wonder Twins would come together, and their power was really in their unity. And if you guys have not listened to that episode, go listen. You'll see what I mean. And then listen to Soledad's episode. You'll see that together, these two women are doing amazing things. Okay. So before I give it all away,
yeah.
Soledad, we like to start our episodes with a phrase or a saying or something that really clicks for you, it motivates you. What is that 1, 2 line little mantra that you would like to share with us today?
Yes, thank you for that opening. Really, it's work hard,
Mm-hmm.
play harder,
Mm-hmm.
laugh hardest.
Ooh, yes, indeed. Work hard, play harder, laugh hardest. And in my mind, I'm thinking laughter is just synonymous with just that joy, that being.
Exactly.
What about that is kind of resonating with you right now?
Yes, it's been in my mind for a long time.
Mhm.
Um, It's because I work hard during the day. I
Mm-hmm.
do. But
Yeah.
really what fuels me is what I can do socially, when I can play. I'm working hard to play hard.
Yes.
I'm trying to have a foundation and a peace of mind so I can go play.
Yes.
That's the whole reason why I work hard.
Yeah.
It's
Like
so
all the effort is for that end game, and the end game is a life where you can actually enjoy it.
I actually enjoy it. And really, and then the next level in play is happiness.
Yeah.
It's when you can be somewhere when you're laughing, everybody's good, everybody has like good vibe, and everybody has a smile. They can't take the smile off their face because everything's like the mood is right. I've had
Yes.
so many little moments in my life of that I remember that there was a lot of joy. So this is why I'm going to. I want to work hard to even play harder and to really at the end is to laugh and joy, to have joy. So
Yeah.
that's kind of the little motivation during the day when things are hard. It's like, it's okay, it's okay. We're going to do this because we want this so we can go play and we can have fun.
Yeah.
So
You know
that's
why you're
momentum.
doing it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And I think one of the best things, I mean, laughing, I actually know someone who says she practices laughter yoga. It's not actually yoga, but
There is
it's
such a thing.
definitely, yes, it's an intentional practice of laughter. There's a whole breathing with it and all of that. And
Mm-hmm.
to be honest, I went to a workshop with her and you can't help it. But I was
Mm-hmm.
practicing laughter yoga for the longest time since I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I really appreciate about laughter
Mm-hmm.
is it is contagious.
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you don't even know what the person's laughing at or what's the joke, but just that full belly laughter. You look at it and then you start laughing. And then the next person's laughing. And then before you know it, we're all on the floor laughing. No clue what we're
But no
laughing at.
clue. Yes, yes.
And
Sometimes
the
for
better
me,
for it.
it's yes, and we're better for it. Sometimes for me, if I see my son laugh,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm at peace. He's
Yes.
happy. So
Ah,
sometimes he laughs and I have to go join him and say, "What are you laughing about?"
yes.
Or, it's just sometimes he wakes up in the morning. Obviously, he has 12 hours of sleep, so he always wakes up fresh. I know. I wish I have 12 hours of sleep every night. But he wakes up laughing. He's just happy
Mm-hmm.
to be. And I'm like, oh, I wish I had that attitude right from the bat in the morning. But then he
Mm-hmm.
gets contagious. It's like, okay, he's good. He's happy. He's
Yeah.
happy to go to school. He's like, it's definitely contagious. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. And it's a good contagion. It's one of those things where we get to impact the world in many different ways. And we'll talk a little bit about your vocation, like the work that you do. But
Mhm.
even with your choice to aim for happiness, you can impact the world just by being maybe the smile they see as you walk down the grocery aisle, or the person who is not reactive to all the craziness going around, and you could be that sense of calm. So I'm there for it. Work hard, play harder, laugh hardest.
Yes, that's right.
Yes. Well, thanks for sharing that, Soledad. I'm pretty sure there are quite a few people listening or viewing who can resonate with that. And I believe, from what I know about you, I believe that that mantra seeps into just about everything you do. So tell us a
I
little
try.
bit about, let's say, how you would describe yourself, not the professional LinkedIn resume bio, not that one. If you were to look at yourself in a mirror, how would you describe Soledad?
Oh, I love this question. Um, I would say that I'm very curious.
Mhm.
I always look for social connection.
Yes.
I know that if I feel low, it's because I haven't connected enough.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll purposely call friends and say, "Hey, what's happening? Let's do something."
Yeah.
And I'll try anything once. I love challenges. I love trying something new.
Yes.
A new recipe, a new sport challenge, a new like going to see something new, try a new restaurant. It's just I love that. Hey, I don't know if this is something new I'm gonna like now. Is it gonna add to all the things that I like? And I
Right.
like the not knowing. They're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, we don't know. We don't know what type of experience we're gonna have. And
Yeah.
even if it's not good, it's like, check, I did it.
Yeah, you are definitely more adventurous than me. I research, I'm like, let me see what to expect and set it all up and all of that. But you're right, there's this sense of joie de vivre.
Let's
Let's
just
just.
let's just try. Yes.
And that, I guess, that kind of leaves you so much more open to experiencing things. Is there any one thing in particular that you've experienced that you're like, it was so good that I tried this?
And so
You've probably had lots of these experiences, or maybe the maybe it's easier to come up with one where you're like, never again.
never again, never again. I can't think of anything right now because it's the fact that I did it is more important than the fact that I did not enjoy it.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
FOMO, this is
Yep.
totally Soledad. Fear of
Ah,
missing out.
really?
I'd rather be in it than realize later on that I missed it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Right?
mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't matter if it was a bad experience. At least I did it. I experienced it.
Right, right, right.
So this goes deep, especially in the workplace. Also, relationship wise with my family or even dating. That's a whole other
Mm-hmm.
chapter.
Next episode.
Yes. And so I don't know, but I've definitely done I'll just take one area of my life. I love trying different like physical challenges, health challenges.
Mm-hmm.
30 days do this, CN Tower, climb the CN Tower,
Yeah.
Tough Mudder, like when we went up to Barrie and for 4 hours we're in the mud doing activities,
Yep,
you
I would
know.
not have done that.
We were so nervous going there. Like, what did we do to ourselves? And then when we're there, it's such a movement. You're like in it. You say, oh my God, thank God we did it.
Yes.
Um, so I like these health challenges just
Mm-hmm.
because even though you don't pursue it, you still did something towards your health. And the I like the people who have the same attitude. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
matter what happens, let's go together. It's about the togetherness,
Yes.
so that or trying something new, go to a new party, go to a new event, new people I've never met before.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go try it.
Yeah,
I just the excitement.
it's great that you understand that about yourself, and then you can create the experiences that'll satisfy that part of your needs scale. And I'm sure in doing that, you can better achieve that laugh hardest, and bring your life full circle. I know you did mention that this filters into your work as well, whether it's the FOMO side of things, the community and connection side of things. Tell everyone a little bit about what you do for work.
Yes, I'm a speech language pathologist.
Mm-hmm.
So I help people speak,
Mm-hmm.
communicate. I help people eat. It's another big part of my job. And hear and think. And so what I like to tell people about my job is, when we get together as friends, we love to go to a restaurant. We love to go connect over a meal. The meal
Mm-hmm.
is sometimes something interesting, but it's the vehicle for connection, right?
Right, right.
And then if you can think about how many times have you had a meal with a partner that became your husband or your wife later on, like it's
Mm-hmm.
you had conversation, you talked over eating. And so I
Right.
help people with both. I help people swallow, I help people talk, and really for me I help people get connect again and be
Mm-hmm.
social. And at the end of the day, because that resonates so much with me,
Mm-hmm.
that if I see that my clients are missing that part, I want to get them back to the social aspect of eating or the
Yeah.
social aspect of communicating, like not just
Right.
about your wants and your needs, but about your wishes and
Right.
about your imagination and about
Yeah.
things like that.
You
And
know,
so that's my
I
passion.
never thought of it that way. I never thought um of the work that you do as being a vehicle for communication. I dare say a vehicle for intimacy in
Oh, yes.
relationships.
Yes.
Um, Never having seen it. It's so speech language pathology, I think, okay, you can't enunciate, you can't shape your words right, or you have a stutter or stuff like that, and someone's going to help you fix it. But I never saw it as a vehicle too. Do you understand? It's to me,
Yes.
it was always a physiological issue, not a social issue. So it's profound.
That's where I'm trying to do in the world is people always compare us to physiotherapy and occupational therapy.
Mhm.
I mean, I love my colleagues, they're great, but it's all about speech. I'm sorry. It's all about speech. It's very clinical and learning how to walk and things, but
Mhm.
when you cannot speak about if you cannot walk, I understand it's a challenge. But when you
Mhm.
cannot speak about the fact that you cannot walk, it's
Wow.
it's it's for me, this is what resonates. I'm not playing down any other professions,
Yeah.
but it's all about us. This is how
Yeah.
we are able to deal with our emotions. This is how people know how you think and what you think.
Mhm.
And I'm talking just about the expression, but there's also the how you receive information. For some people, they,
Ah.
they don't understand. So they can't connect with anybody if they don't
Wow.
understand what you're saying.
Wow, wow,
And
wow.
so, and
Yeah,
sometimes,
that's amazing.
yeah, and I'm speaking mostly from my adult experience because I work mostly with adults. But I
Hmm.
don't know if we've talked recently, Adriana, but I started working with kids for the last 6 months, and it's mind blowing. I am so happy to contribute to helping kids because I
Wow.
can see that when you have a communication problem with a kid, It's not making friends. It's not being
Mm-hmm.
understood in a schoolyard. It's building your confidence through making friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I see it with the little kids that I speak to, or I work a lot with the autistic community, and that challenge. I'm so happy to be able to help. I'm so happy that I have the knowledge to support them and their parents. But
Yeah.
that urge, that yearning to connect when you don't have the abilities,
Yes.
I'm so happy that I can help.
You know what? And that at that stage in a child's life, as they're developing, there are already so many social considerations. There is body image considerations. There are all, cognitive development
Yes.
that may not be keeping pace with their friends. So just that stage in life without any other challenge is challenging. So
Yes.
imagine when their ability to communicate and connect through speech or over a meal is also being impeded. That really would be an area where they would want some support. And I'm glad that there are professionals like you who are doing this service. Before I'll ask this question, you spoke
Hmm.
so passionately about specifically choosing this area. What made you choose speech pathology? I mean, you explored academics, you explored all different areas of service, science, what have you. You zeroed in on speech pathology. Why
Yes.
that?
Why that? It all started when, and as you know, I don't have a problem getting into a conversation.
Yes.
I've always never had any problems with that. I did theater for 10 years when I was a kid. So I remember kids going to speech therapy, but I didn't really understand what that meant. But I love the fact that we can do so much with speaking.
Yes.
And also at the same time, I started in high school, I was tutoring a lot. My sister and I were doing a lot of tutoring.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I grew up in Montreal in French. So French, math, English, it didn't matter. So
Mm-hmm.
I like that one-to-one attention. I like that I could help somebody.
Right.
And so I always thought I would be teaching.
Right.
And my mom's a nurse. And my mom, I'm always grateful for her putting us on our path because she said, "What do you want to do? What can I do to help you?"
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Well, maybe nursing. I really like that side of help." And she's like, "I want you to do something different than me." She was really against me doing nursing,
Okay.
but I pursued it. I tried, but she didn't want me.
Ah,
But yes, and so, but she said, I work with physiotherapists, I work with occupational therapists and speech therapists. Do you want to observe them? And I said,
right.
sure. So I observed all of
Mm-hmm.
them, and speech therapy spoke to me the most.
Wow.
I like that one-to-one. It was a conversation, it was a
Mm-hmm.
communication. It was very specific to the person's needs.
Mm-hmm.
And I like how it allowed them right away to do I liked how happy they were when they could connect, when they could
Mm-hmm.
talk. Whereas
Yeah.
that when I saw the physiotherapist, and again, I'm just this, I have nothing against
Yep.
physiotherapy,
Right.
but when people were walking, they were happy, but I didn't see that extra spark when we can
Yes.
finally put words together and talk about something else than the wants and the needs.
Right, right, right. And it's beautiful because it's like you said, you have nothing against any other therapists. It's just that this field has resonated with you. And I dare say it takes the wonderful innate parts of your personality and skill set and it just throws it
Yes.
together. And you're like, it's almost like speech therapy says, okay, Soledad, come here, let me let you shine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know today, 25 years later, because I've been a
Mhm.
speech pathologist for 25 years. I graduated in 2000. I'm aging
Wow.
myself, but I don't know, I grew in it. Like it's a passion now. I don't have a problem practicing.
Right.
I'm so happy to help at that level,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? Because
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
all our celebrations, all our all our celebrations in the world are around food,
Yeah.
right? It's a big part of the planning when you
Yep.
get people
Every
together.
culture, every country, just about all our holidays, everything seems to bring us to the table where we get to break bread, or maybe not bread, but you get to have a meal. And you're so right. Tell me a little bit about um, like the swallowing side of things, because I've always had a pretty firm understanding of, help with speaking,
Mm.
but the work that you do, like speech language pathologists, help us swallow.
Yes, because we have the knowledge of this area of our body,
Mm-hmm.
we also use the same muscle that we use for talking,
Mm-hmm.
for breathing, breathing and swallowing, for swallowing.
Right, right.
And you can have a physiological reason why these muscles don't work, or a neurological problem why things don't work. But what happens is if you don't swallow properly, you choke.
Scary, isn't it?
This is a scary part. So there's two things. I'm going to be very technical for 1 second,
Go ahead.
but we have our windpipe and our food pipe. They're
Mm-hmm.
side by side. The
Right.
windpipe is in the front of our body. The food pipe is along our spine in a back.
Mm-hmm.
And if we have this flap that closes the windpipe while you swallow
Right.
and opens it up. But sometimes that flap can be delayed
Mm-hmm.
or cannot happen at all.
Right.
And so the food is coming down our neck, and instead, because we're always breathing, so the first opening that they see is the lungs because they didn't
Mm-hmm.
close properly or on time. And
Right.
so you can have lung infections.
Oh, wow.
And if food or liquid gets into your lungs, it's bacteria.
Right.
And then you can have infections. Some people
Mm-hmm.
can have full-blown lung infection and be, on the ventilator, or some can just have persistent coughing all the time, not feeling their best because their immune system is always fighting something.
Right.
It doesn't always bring you to the hospital, but it just doesn't get your immune system strong because you're always fighting things in your lungs.
Right.
And
Wow.
sometimes, yeah, we have solutions for that. There's a couple things we can do. One of it is to modify the type of food you eat to make
Mm-hmm.
it easier to swallow.
Right.
And what was the biggest epiphany for me is that people have a lot of shame with that.
Wow.
Although it's the solution to stay alive, to not be
Wow. Yeah.
sick, and they accept it when they're in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Once they get home in a real life, it's not about nutrition anymore. It's about the quality of life that you get from eating.
Yes.
And so then they're like, oh my God, I don't want the puree stuff. It's nourishing me, but it's not nourishing me. Like,
Yeah.
and if you take that person that goes to a party or a work function or a family gathering, and she or he cannot eat anything on the table, and people know that. And now it's
Yeah.
the whole family that is aware and uncomfortable and trying to
Mm-hmm.
do stuff on the side, or he goes or she goes to
Yeah.
eat on their own, or
There's that social thing again, that
yeah,
social consideration, the impact
the impact is
of what
social.
may be a neurological, physiological, who knows? But I am struggling to swallow, and it has social implication.
It's always social implication, and we don't talk about that enough.
Yeah,
It's
for
such
real.
yeah. People just look at, well, what's the problem? Just eat your food and you'll be okay. It's not always enjoyable. You don't eat because you need protein and all. You eat because you like it.
Yeah, and it's the experience. There's the
It's
taste and the
Thank you.
texture and the
Thank you.
smell and all of that. It's the whole experience. And well, listen, when you have a well put together menu, you get to have all of these experiences on your
It's
plate.
experience. Thank you for using that word. Eating is an experience. Yeah.
Yeah, a
And so some
hundred
people
percent.
miss that. The family sometimes not aware of it too much. And then it just leads to more mental health than people think.
Yep, I believe it. I absolutely believe it. So, how does somebody know whether I mean, if you're having trouble swallowing, I guess it's going to be fairly obvious you need help or you need to do something. How does someone know when they need the service of a speech language pathologist?
If they cough all the time when they're eating, they always keep having pneumonias and they don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you notice your loved one always avoiding a couple types, certain types of food, or they're being dehydrated or they're malnourished,
Mm-hmm.
um, then you start asking question.
Okay.
There's certain conditions that automatically you need a swelling assessment. It's like head and neck cancers were always
Mm-hmm.
there
Okay.
because it really changes things in your mouth and your
Mm-hmm.
neck. And strokes.
Ah,
Strokes,
yes.
we always check. It's part of the stroke protocol
Mm-hmm.
to have also for communication, but also for swallowing,
Right.
because that can definitely impact your swallow without even knowing it. And
Right.
there's the
Wow.
other ones like dementia. Dementia is also another one where people, it's not physiologically, but cognitively, they forget how.
You're saying that one of, I guess, the symptoms or dementia actually, we actually forget how to
hmm
do some of these bodily
hmm
functions.
Yes, thank you for saying that too. At the beginning of dementia, it's the big hallmark is memory,
Yeah, that's all I
forgetting
know.
things. Yes. But dementia can last 7 to 10 years, depending on the person. I mean, there is the range, but there's some people who have it for longer or a shorter
Mhm.
time.
Right.
But as it progresses, it's the bodily functions that the body doesn't do anymore.
Really?
So sometimes if I feed somebody that has advanced dementia,
Mhm.
I put something in their mouth and they don't attend to it. They
Really?
keep
It just
talking,
stays there?
yeah, or it falls out, or can go the wrong way and choke. Or their reaction time is a bit slower, so they don't close the lungs at the right time, and so things keep going into their lungs.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
so it's there's
Wow.
different types. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? This is so eye-opening. I'm literally here processing the what life would be like for someone who is who has a loved one dealing with dementia and literally forgetting how to do things that no one actually taught us to do.
Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah.
taught a person to swallow. We come out of the womb ready to
And it's a
swallow.
reflex. It's a
Yeah,
reflex.
the
Yeah.
body just knows to do. But it's kind of boggling my mind at this point that dementia could show itself and develop into that. Listen, I'm so happy you're doing the work that you do
It's not
because
could, it's
ah,
when. It's not could, it's when for dementia.
really,
Yes. I have to say, this is a strong message that I need to put out there. It's not if, it's when.
wow.
Every dementia, typically, I'm going to talk about it without having the person there, but every dementia, at the end, they lose connection with the outside world.
Mm-hmm,
They react less to the outside world, to people talking to
mm-hmm,
them, to people touching them. They sleep more.
mm-hmm,
And often in these times, this is where they're not managing their saliva very well. The saliva goes the wrong way. They get a
mm.
lot of infections and things. It's not if they're going to get a swallowing problem, it's when. It's
Wow.
part of the characteristics of the progression of dementia.
Mm-hmm.
I have this
Yeah.
conversation twice a week for the last 25 years.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Okay. So you're having these conversations with patients,
with their loved ones,
with
typically.
family,
hmm
okay, with caregivers. Well, here's a question for you then. You've been in this field now for many years, and I'm sure you've been able to see the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yes.
Um, and knowing what I know about you, you are a person who, if you see that something needs doing, or you see an area where something can be improved, you're going to get on it. So across the years, the vast experience that you've had in this field so far, what's one area where you're looking to really I guess, add something to what's missing? You are looking to be the change or you're looking to help make it better. One area.
Definitely swallowing.
Mm,
I've
mm-hmm.
been really, really focusing on that. Actually, I'm going to say two things, two that
Yeah.
are s- at the same level.
Right.
I'll start with swallowing and then I'll go with the coaching. Um, because of the social aspect of swallowing,
Mm-hmm.
I people don't address it enough. I feel like
Okay.
in our field, when it's really bad, the first thing the hospital will do is give you, okay, puree food or a tube, a feeding tube, because we want you to stay alive, yes,
Right.
and you are alive, yes,
Mm-hmm.
but people go home and they suffer. They suffer when they
Right.
cannot eat. But not
Mm-hmm.
only them, their whole family suffers.
Yeah.
The whole thing. And access to services and the people who understand that part. Sometimes I address that first before actually addressing the physiological issue of
Mm.
swallowing
Mm-hmm.
so they can find peace. And I often say it's a vehicle for pleasure. I want
Yes.
you to find the other pleasures of your life while we work on it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's was this is the most accessible one. You know, you need something to feel good about. Take a piece of chocolate, instant, you're great.
Yes.
Right? Dopamine hit quick.
Yes.
But when you can't reach for that,
Mm-hmm.
because your life could be in danger or your health can be in danger, you're left with this. And so I often like to reframe to people, and I don't do it in one conversation, but I like to say, remember that it's a vehicle for pleasure. There's other
Mm-hmm.
ways it can get pleasure. Let's really look at your whole life. What else do you like?
Right.
Because you still need nutrition. You're getting nutrition from your tube. You're not getting quality of life and enjoyment. But what
Mm-hmm.
else can you do? You're alive. What else can you do?
Right.
It takes it takes grief. It's grief. They have to go through the grief process
Yeah,
before
that's
they can
true.
accept to go to something else.
Yeah,
So
that's
often
very true. Because there's a loss there.
there's a
There's
loss.
loss, there's pain, there's turmoil. And again, we have to go through that as part of the process of letting go of what you thought it should be, what it was, or what you wished it was, and then create a new normal of how you're going to live fully
Yes.
now.
Yes. So that's if we have to talk about my business at some point,
Mm-hmm.
differently with Soul is my company.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why it's differently is because I address that. And that's what people always tell me that I practice differently. That I
Mm-hmm.
right away in one meeting with me, they felt like understood. They felt like I got to
Right.
the core of it. And even though for me, I get like a spark in my eyes when I have a patient that cannot eat for the rest of
Mm-hmm.
their lives and unfortunately, there's no way to intervene and make it better because of what happened. And they
Right.
can still leave my office or I can still leave their room and they're just still laughing. And they just like, okay, I get it. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
And everybody's happy. And it's just like, oh, I got it. Now they're
Yeah,
good.
in this scenario, so when you're working with patients, um, directly in your capacity as a speech language pathologist, this is mostly happening in a hospital setting, or is it private client?
Many more private clients right now because I meet
Okay.
them at home. They've got the tube, they've got the modified texture. Now they're home and they're like, oh God, this is awful.
Mm,
And
yeah.
now they're seeking services. They come to me to fix the problem. And then when I dig further, I'm like, okay, maybe we can fix it, maybe not. We can't fix it today, but
Mhm.
while we're working on it, we need to be less anxious, less frustrated, find ways to connect with other people. And so there's a huge portion of my time which is helping um, helping find peace. So, for
Mhm.
example, tomorrow actually I have a meeting with a family who they love their mom. I see the
Mhm.
love. What if
Yeah.
their mom says jump, they'll say how high. Like they will do
Mhm.
anything to appease their mother, but in a
Mhm.
good, like warm, nurturing way. Like they want
Right.
their mom to be happy.
Right.
And so there are three sisters, and each of them email me. It's a private client. Each of them email me a lot and say, "What about this? What about that? What about this? She really is thirsty. Can we try this? I bought it. Can I put?" And then I'm
Oh.
like, "Okay, I need a family meeting.
Mhm.
Let's talk about it." Let's talk to mom.
Right.
Mom is still there. Mom understand what's happening. I know you guys, they're hurting. It feels like they're hurting more than their mom
Yes,
because they
agree.
cannot help her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. And so I asked for a family meeting. They're like, okay, no problem. Because I have so many little, I want to address it all together and say, guys, I know that you're trying to help your mom. But
Mm-hmm.
by trying all these things because she says she needs it, let me explain her why you can or cannot. Let me tell her, let me explain to her that it's a vehicle for joy. There's other things that
Mm-hmm.
she likes, and let them know to focus on the other joy in her life so this doesn't become the
Yeah.
thing she cannot have.
Yeah, yeah. And that thing you cannot have, if she has FOMO like you, it's the thing she wants,
Exactly.
right?
Yes. Yes.
It's absolutely the thing she wants. So kind of
Yeah.
reframing that desire, reframing
Yes.
the pleasure meter so that
Yes.
she can find pleasure in what she
Yeah.
can have and
Yes.
not feel the need to go seek it out.
Yes.
You had mentioned that, you know, you're kind of, I wouldn't say you're niching down, but you're finding a great area to impact in swallowing, as
Yes.
well as the children or the young people that you get to work with. Tell me a little bit about that coaching. You hinted
Ah,
at it. Who are you
yes.
coaching, Soledad?
This is like my little baby right now
Aha.
because I'm developing um a program, a coaching program.
Mm-hmm.
Part of our education, we have internships.
Oh, that's
So
to become a speech language pathologist. Mm-hmm.
that's right. So the students have masters, and then they will do 3 or 4 series of internships throughout their masters
Mm-hmm.
to really practice what they learn.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is where I receive them at the hospital or in the community. And this is where I realized that I really like teaching because I really like to see how people evolve in a role and also
Mm-hmm.
practice with ease and compassion. I find sometimes they're so um I tell them all the time, the patient it's like your aunt, it's your niece. There's
Yeah.
no separation between you and your client. There's
Mm-hmm.
none. You have to talk to them as if it's your grandpa. You want to talk to him
Mm-hmm.
with respect. You want to show him that you care, but you want to give him some information to appease him, but also
Yeah.
show him. So often I love teaching. I love that transformation that I see, but
Mm-hmm.
also I had to I had to go there because I would love to see everybody under the sun.
Right.
I love the work that I do and the impact that I have on people, but I
Mm-hmm.
can't see everybody.
Right.
But I found out the other way I could get to that is if I coach um, more students in the way I see my role, then they
Yes.
can go out there and do the same.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had a really bad experience 25 years ago with a clinical educator, and
Mm-hmm.
she made me scared of the profession. She really minimized me as if I'm the authority. I know what I'm doing, follow me. And it just didn't instill, I didn't learn. I was
Okay.
just pleasing her. My
Mm-hmm.
role when I came to internship is to make sure she is happy. I got out of it knowing nothing about the profession, and it followed
Wow.
me. I was not prepared.
Mm-hmm.
And so I
Mm-hmm.
was like, that will never happen with I will support students so they see the partnership with me. I want them to see that I'm there to support them. And I know that you
Right.
can learn in that environment. And
Right.
so over the years, I've had more than 100 students. I take students every
Wow.
time I can. But recently, in the last 3 to 4 years, I can't because my hospital is going through a lot of changes, and sometimes we can't have as many students as we want just
Right.
because we're short in staffing or I just can't support a student.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I started seeing how my colleagues support their students, how students talk about their clinical educator, and I was starting to see a big difference in our generation. The Gen Zs are different than my generation and the way we learn.
Yes, fair enough.
Yes, it's not bad, it's just different.
Different. Yes, definitely. I can appreciate that.
Yeah, and so I just needed to bridge that gap and meet them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I over the years I've gathered a few tips, a mindset shift, really tools that can really make you go through your placement, your
Mm-hmm.
internship with ease and really
Wow.
understand who you are and really connect with who you are to be present for your client. And
Mm-hmm.
also, the biggest part that I talk a lot is feedback, because we're all scared of feedback because that clinical educator can break us or make us.
Wow.
That's how
Yeah.
we feel as students when we go into this type of relationship.
Yeah.
And I talk about the feedback. I said it's your allied. Yeah, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna, and we have to criticize ourselves all the time to get to be a better clinician. And so
Mm-hmm.
don't let your clinical educator initiate. You're gonna initiate the feedback loop. You're gonna take
Mm-hmm.
control of it, but you're gonna
Yeah.
take control of it for the rest of your career. So your clinical educator is now your ally because you're the one who started it.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Mm-hmm.
we talk a lot about that in the coaching that I'm doing. And I have to
Right.
say the students that are coming with me are, I don't know, I feel like I have the best students, but
Of
also I think
course.
I create that environment for them to feel good,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so I really like it. It comes easy for me. I don't have a I don't I love to, it doesn't matter who you are, where you're at. I will help you find the challenge that you have, and I will bring you to the next level because we're going to work together.
You know what? It's so interesting because not everyone who is a great practitioner is a good teacher. Not
Oh,
every.
that's correct. I have seen
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah.
have seen it and I cringe. I see clinical educators speaking to students and I see the student cringe and and I stay quiet. It's not my student.
Right. Right.
And so I'm like, no, no, she's never gonna learn. Oh God. And I say nothing, but you're right. We voluntarily, we don't get paid to get students. It's a
Mm-hmm.
volunteer thing that we do in
Mm-hmm.
our, we know it's more work at the beginning.
Oh, yeah, it
Um,
is.
so when it's a gift to the profession when somebody decides to be a mentor or an educator. But you're right. I will say that not everybody can, but it's really tough for me to go and talk to my colleagues about it, but to
Mm-hmm.
enable the new clinicians, the students with the tools that would allow them to go through internship with ease and the beginning of their career.
Yeah, yeah. I can
Is
just imagine the confidence that a new practitioner would have if they come to the field not just with book knowledge, like not
Yes.
just with a textbook, but an actual lived experience of a great practice, like
Yes.
a great interaction with both clients and colleagues. You start your career just like your trajectory is now like, let's go, because
Yes, they have a joy for
you,
it.
that's right. And the passion is like you said, in your experience, you almost quit. Like you could have made the decision and nobody would have blamed you if you decided, this is not for me, I'm out of here. But something had you staying and sticking it out, and that has led to you now determining that I will not only be a good practitioner, I will help, I will teach, I will mentor, I will be an example, and then do things differently. So you did say a lot of your patients, a lot of your clients are saying you do things differently. How are you passing that along now to the clients that you have on the coaching side, whether it's directly through the hospital or your clients that are coming to you through differently with Soleil?
Mhm.
How are you passing on that little magic twist or that little thing that you do differently and inspiring it in your coaching clients?
Yes, I feel like it's all about active listening.
Mm.
I find that the school did not prepare us for how much counseling we do.
I agree. I agree.
Like
And this
zero.
isn't just this is not this is not just speech pathology. Let me just be clear, because the reason why I stepped away from traditional financial advisory is because the sector does not tell you or prepare you for the emotional baggage
Mhm.
that comes along with money. And hearing you speak about speech pathology, I can imagine the books are all about, the
Physiologically,
physiology,
anatomy.
right, and showing you diagrams, but no one's telling you how the social impact of this challenge is causing a ripple effect in the family.
Yeah,
Amazing.
exactly. And this is what I bring to the students. This is what I tell them. I said, when you go see a client and they can't speak, or you got to tell them describe for me your best day. What's your
Mm-hmm.
best day?
Yes.
Some people are so, when my family's around and I'm cooking for everybody, or we're on vacation together, we're at the cottage, I'm walking my dog. Then you get to know their values and you're gonna know what you need to focus on. I
Yes.
said it's not about the test results alone. The test results are important to guide the therapy,
For sure.
but you're gonna loop it with their ideal life to find meaning every time they reach another goal. It adds right away, like
Mm-hmm.
right away to their personal life. Because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we find a disconnect with how to generalize the results or the improvement in sessions and
Mm-hmm.
how to generalize it into their lives. Sometimes great, they couldn't speak now, they can speak 10 words, but can they speak now outside the therapy room? So
Mm-hmm.
it's just like
Ah,
bridging that
yes.
quickly, use the material that they like. If they like um gardening, you got to use these words right away. You're not going to talk about the dog, the table, and a chair.
Right.
So it's really take the time to know your patient. You only know you know them. And if you let them speak, let the father speak, let the daughter speak, let them tell you about how they lived.
Mm-hmm.
So you can better make sure, so you can really match the intervention with
Yeah.
their quality of life.
Yeah.
That really resonates a lot in the way I practice.
Mm-hmm.
And also I also let people know what else can you do. Yes, you're a speech therapist, but you are a healthcare worker
Yeah.
and what else can you do to help them go through the healthcare system,
Mm-hmm.
understand the healthcare system?
Ah, yes.
Because, yeah. And also be lately, what I found, which maybe surprises me a bit, but no, actually, it doesn't surprise me, but we're not very diverse in the
Mm.
speech language pathology world.
Mm-hmm.
But Toronto is super diverse.
Yes, absolutely.
So our diversity does not match the diversity of the population.
Okay.
And you know, I'll just give you an example so you understand what's going on. So
Mm-hmm.
I was facilitating discussions among students at U of T,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the students who was in a placement in an internship said, "Oh, I'm teaching mom what to do with her son, so she
Okay.
can go home and do," and she said, "But she's not doing it. I don't know why she's not doing it." So I probe. I said, "Okay." I asked just because I had an inclination. I said, "Can I ask what's the nationality of your kids?"
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, they're this and this, but they're not white."
Right.
And I said, "Does she play with her kid usually?" I don't know." I said, "You should ask because
Okay.
if in their culture they don't sit down on the floor to play with the child, and you're
Right.
telling them now you need to start playing with your child, it's not going to happen."
I see. Oh my, yes.
I said, "My mom never played with me,
Who had time?
but it's not in our culture. Like my mom never, I play with my son. I'm Canadian. I'm in speech therapy. I play with my son, but my mom never played with me. Never.
Right.
She never got on
Right.
the floor. And
Mm-hmm.
I think I turned out okay."
Yes, thank you.
So it's not you don't have that you don't have to. I said you're the therapist here. You got to find a way for her to connect. So in some cultures, the point of connection is at mealtime, at bath time, at
Mm-hmm.
bedtime, in the car, in the grocery
Right.
store. You
Right.
you can't make mom sit down on the floor and play when she doesn't do that.
You have to integrate your recommendations to their life. Their life should not have to be spun around to accommodate activities or recommendations. That's interesting because not only do you need to think about how these people live, you also, I think there's some consideration as well for their financial levels, because the mom that you're asking to sit and play with the kids may not have that as an option because she has to go to work.
And all,
Y-
yes,
you
yes,
know,
that's a good point. And in other cultures, the the parent that happened to me too. The parents are like, "Well, I come to you to fix it. Why do I have to do something at home?"
I know. Like,
Yeah.
I'm paying for this service, you take care of it, right?
Yes, I'm in this country where you have services and help. What do
Yeah,
I have to? Yeah. I have parents that not tell me that in those words, but it was
yeah.
understood. I was like, I can't give a home program. It's not gonna happen. But I understand, like you have to work with that. So when I was telling the student, I said, you have to ask her, what do you do with your kid? And then you,
Mm-hmm.
as a therapist, gonna find ways for her to interact with your kids. So you're gonna ask her about the colors when they put the pants on. They're gonna play with the bubbles in the bath. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna be involved in the cooking. You know, do you want red grapes? Or at the grocery store, do you want red grapes or green grapes? Can you show me the green grapes? Go pick up the green
Mm-hmm.
grapes. Like
Right.
there's you gotta know more about your patient, your client, the social network.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and for me, the disconnection was like, well, I'm the therapist, I know best.
Yeah, yeah,
And so I was like, no, 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 no.
yeah,
Our goal
yeah.
is to work with the goal, our work, our responsibility, our role is to help the patient thrive in their environment. So you got to
Mm-hmm.
make sure you know the environment and your job is to figure it out.
Yeah, yeah. The world needs more speech language pathologists who take that approach.
I
And
know.
I'm really, really glad to see you offering that as an option for the ones who are considering this as a career, as I dare say, as a calling.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah.
because I think there are far more social considerations across several caregiving areas, not just, I mean, I know it as a coach and counselor in the realm of money. You're finding it in your speech language pathology work. And there are so many other areas of work where we thought of it as just black and white, where we're seeing all these nuances, where we need social support in these areas. And I am so happy you're doing this. I mean, I don't know if I've never had to access that level of service, but for anybody who needs it, I would definitely want my practitioner to have all of these considerations in mind as they're putting my plan together.
Hmm. It's
Yeah,
so
for
important.
sure. For sure. So tell everybody where they can find you. I don't know. I is your website is up, right?
Yes,
Differently with
yes,
Soleil, it's there.
yes. Definitely with soul.com. Yes,
So
it's
okay.
there. They can
Now
find me there.
I say Soleil because the name is Soledad, but it's
Yes,
differently with Soul.
with soul.
Sole,
E. That's
right?
right. Definitely with soul, like
Yes.
the fish.
Yes, that's right. I could do with some of that today. But don't mind me. And yes, so you're on the website. Any social media presence?
Mostly on LinkedIn for now. I
Mm-hmm.
am coming out of my shelf this year. I am, taking leaps and again, taking chances, but taking leaps to be out
Mm-hmm.
there and really be loud about my message. I
Yes.
was very timid about it for a long
Mm-hmm.
time. Um, but now I'm coming out. I'm coming out. I want people to
Yes.
know. I have to say, um, being a visible minority in my field really
Mm-hmm.
kept me back for a long time.
Right.
I had to really come out of my shelf and say, I'm a speech pathologist in this profession. I have something to say. I always thought who's gonna listen to me? I have to
Right.
really say honestly, that was a big thing that kept me back.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
had really had to really see who I am and saw the value that I bring to this world, no matter who I am, and come out. But it took me a long time to want to put a picture of me on my website.
Oh, wow.
I know. It really colored me like for a long time. Now I'm past that. It took a bit of actually a bit of counseling
Right.
to
Yep.
get through that.
Yeah.
And but now it doesn't matter. Now it doesn't
But
matter. I want to help.
that's how we get to have more diversity in the field. When others see you, they get to see that there is someone who looks like me, who's been there, who's doing it, who's had probably some of the experiences that they are going to have that have
Hmm.
been colored by
Hmm.
their ethnicity or their skin color or their sexual preference or something, right? When we and I guess I'll say this: diversity does not mean just bring one race on.
Hmm.
Diversity, like you said, means that the area of your work should be reflected in the professionals within the practice.
Right.
So if you lived in a place where it was just Caucasians, it stands to reason. I wouldn't say that it's okay, but it stands to reason that by far the majority of the practitioners would be Caucasian. But
Hmm.
in towns and cities that are, we have a day for just about every culture's food in Toronto. Why
Amazing.
are
Love
our
it.
practitioners, pale and male? Like, no. So I'm very, very happy you got through to the point where you put your picture up because that alone is a step in the right direction.
Yes. I feel it. I feel it.
Yeah, yeah. And I'll be looking for updates on that website, Soledad. Let me just say that.
Yes. 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 Yes.
You have programs that you're putting together, you are doing webinars. Um, I hope these students know how blessed they are to have you as part of their team. And I am really excited to see the impact of your work. I mean, just this few minutes that we've been talking, I've learned so much, like things I literally didn't know. Usually I know a little bit about something,
Hmm.
nothing at all. And these are the kinds of conversations I think that create catalyst moments for people because you hear that one thing and the spark just, and something just unlocks or something releases. And your trajectory, your choices, the things that you decide become priority, just it shifts. So
Yes.
thank you. I really do appreciate that.
Thank
Any
you.
final thoughts before we wrap this up? What would you like to leave with our audience today?
What a great question. Um, I'll finish up with what I started with.
Mm,
I think all of us in our fields, we work for another goal, like work hard, play hard, laugh hardest. That's what I want to see for my clients in my practice. I want them to get to that level where they can laugh and be happy. And I am I'm now living my passions, like teaching, coaching, counseling my clients to get to that happiness. Like I can live my passions at work, which is like now all coming together. And so
yeah.
I really hope that everybody can find a passion that they can, they can work in and, laugh hardest at work.
Yes. So that there's no division. It's
There's no
all
division.
integrated.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes. There's no
yes.
division because then it's not work. It's just
It's just
we just want to
you.
do, yes. Yeah, this your gift. You are the gift to the world.
Yes. Oh my goodness. What a powerful way to wrap this conversation.
Yes,
Soledad,
thank you.
thank you so much for
Thank you for
being
having
here
me. Thank you.
and
That was
for
great.
sharing so openly, so vulnerably. And thank you for choosing to do this work. I'm excited about what's to come, and I'll invite all of everyone in our audience, please check out the work that Soledad is doing. Whether or not you're needing her services, whether as a client, patient, or as a coach, a coaching mentee,
Mhm.
Whether or not you need it, check it out because I think there's inspiration there and opportunities to learn, which we certainly can use more of. So until next time, have a wonderful whatever you're doing today. And I'll
Thank you.
see you on another episode of Catalyst Conversations. Thank you for joining me today on Catalyst Conversations. I hope this episode sparked something powerful to help on your journey to building wealth confidently and unapologetically. If you loved today's conversation, be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if something resonated with you, I'd love to hear about it. Let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, keep moving toward your goals, stay empowered, and continue sparking change on your wealth journey. This is Hadriana, and you've been listening to Catalyst Conversations.